From the outside, their story looked like it was working. Maura and Kunle were the kind of couple people pointed at and said, they're managing. Not perfect, not glamorous, but together. And in a world where many things didn't last, together was enough for most people. Maura was known for her strength. She was the kind of woman who didn't wait for life to be kind before she started moving. If something needed to be done, she did it. If something was broken, she tried to fix it. She carried responsibility the way some people carried handbags, always with her, never putting it down. Kunle was different. He had a softness to him that drew people in easily. He laughed often, spoke lightly, and had a way of making heavy things feel less serious than they were. Being around him felt easy, and for a long time, Maura needed that kind of ease. That was how it started. Not with fireworks or grand gestures, but with small moments that slowly added up. They met at a friend's gathering on a hot afternoon. Nothing special about the day itself, but somehow, it became important. Kunle noticed her first. "You don't smile a lot, do you?" he asked, watching her closely. Maura gave him a look. "I smile when there's something worth smiling about." Kunle grinned, like he had just been given a challenge instead of a warning. "Then I'll have to give you a reason." And somehow, he did. In the beginning, Kunle made Maura feel lighter. He would call just to hear her voice. Show up with small things, groundnuts, soft drinks, nothing expensive, but thoughtful enough to matter. "You worry too much," he would tell her. "Let me worry for you sometimes." And Maura, who had spent most of her life being strong, allowed herself, for once, to rest. For once, she wasn't the one carrying everything. They got married faster than they probably should have. Love, hope, and a bit of pressure wrapped everything up neatly. When Tommy was born, Maura held her like a promise. "This will work," she whispered to herself. Kunle smiled beside her. "Of course it will." But of course it didn't last. Money became tight. Then tighter. Kunle's plans didn't take off. Jobs came and went, and each time things got difficult, he seemed to treat it like something that would solve itself. "It's not that serious," he would say. But tomorrow, everything was serious. Bills. Food. The children. Survival. That was when the balance began to shift. Maura started carrying more. Then everything. "You need to do more," she told Kunle one night, her voice already tired. "I'm trying," he replied. But his trying and her trying were not the same thing. It was during one of those difficult periods that Maura went to a small party with her friend, Jola. She hadn't wanted to go. There was too much on her mind, too many responsibilities waiting at home. But Jola insisted. "Come and breathe small," she said. So Maura went. And that was where she met him. A man who noticed her in a way she hadn't felt in a long time. Not just her face, but the weight she carried. "You look like someone who does too much for everyone else," he said. Maura didn't respond immediately. It had been a long time since anyone had seen her like that. He started reaching out after that. Checking on her. Offering help. At first, it was small. Then it became more. Money. Gift. Support. Things Maura needed, but didn't know how to accept. So she told Kunle. Not hiding it. Not sneaking. "There's someone, he wants to help," she said carefully. Kunle thought about it, then shrugged. "Then let him help," he replied. Maura frowned. "What do you mean?" "I mean, if he's giving you money, take it. We need it." Something in her chest tightened. "And what does he want in return?" Kunle didn't look bothered. "Whatever it is, just manage it." That was the moment something shifted. Not loudly. Not all at once. But something cracked. What started as help became something complicated. Each time the man gave her something, there was always something attached. Expectations. Presence. A kind of closeness that didn't feel innocent. Maura told herself it was for the family. But each time, it cost her something inside. And Connor benefited from it. He didn't ask directly, but the money helped. The pressure reduced, at least for him. And slowly, without saying it out loud, he began to rely on it. Then, as if things weren't already broken enough, Connor started cheating. At first, it was a feeling. Then it became clear. Late nights. Messages. A distance that hadn't been there before. The night Maura confronted him, her voice carried something deeper than anger. "You're cheating on me." Connor didn't deny it. Instead, he looked at her and said, "You're doing your own too, so what's the difference?" The difference. That word stayed with her. Because deep down, she knew it wasn't the same. But something about the situation had already blurred the lines. From that point on, respect faded. Trust disappeared. Love changed into something else, something heavier, something harder. What Maura saw was a man who had given up. What Connor saw was a woman who had changed. And both of them were right. Because neither of them were the same people who once believed things would work. By the time the children began to grow and understand the world around them, the house had already started changing. Voices became louder. Patience became shorter. Kindness became rare. And what once held love quietly inside it was slowly learning how to hold a storm.